メルセデス・ベンツ、BMW、アウディ、フォルクスワーゲンなど名だたるメーカーが多いドイツの基幹産業といえば自動車ですが、実は世界で初めて自然環境を保護する法律を定めた国、世界的には環境先進国の一つとしても知られています。そんなドイツきってのグリーンシティとして有名なのがフライブルク。再生可能エネルギーの利用や持続可能な交通システム、特に自転車利用の促進や公共交通機関の充実など、環境に配慮した交通インフラの整備、さらに緑の空間の確保など、地球環境に対する熱い思いが日々の生活に息づいています。今回はこの街の魅力を掘り下げるべく、フライブルク在住のハンスさんに案内してもらいました。
Hans, really good to see you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
ワールドリポートチャンネル。この放送は先進技術のその先へ、電気のプロフェッショナル集団エネテクの提供でお送りします。
どうも、世界を旅する取材者めぐるでございます。さあ、私ドイツにやってまいりました。さあ、環境立国として知られるドイツでございます。今日はフライブルクという町にやってきてるんですけれども、ここでですね、いろいろドイツの環境事情について今回は取材をしていきたいと思います。今来ているこのフライブルクというのは都市として非常に面白い取り組みを行っています。で、クリーンエネルギーといえばですね、我々のお世話になっているスポンサーさんエネテクさんも太陽光事業、保守メンテナンスなんかをやっている、ソーラーパネルのもちろん設置も含めてやられてるんですけれども、その環境立国ドイツが一体どういうふうにそのクリーンエネルギープロジェクトを進めているのか、このフライブルクの町がですね、このクリーンエネルギーを含めたこの政策一体となって一体どんな取り組みをしているかというところから、このエネルギー事情というのをいろいろ学べるのではないか、そんなフライブルク市の今一体どういうことが起こっているのかというのを、ちょっと勉強していき、我々のこれからのエネルギー事情なんかも考えていけたらいいかなと思っております。それでは早速行ってみましょう。フライブルク。今ですね、バイクを借りました。このバイクで今日はフライブルクの街を回りたいと思います。ちょっとあいにくの雨ではあるんですけれども、これがねフライブルクスタイルということで、ハンさんと一緒にいろいろと案内してもらって街の見どころ、チェックしていきたいと思います。Good. Let's go.
So here I have right of way. The cyclists have right of way. Why? Because we have now more cyclists than car drivers on this road here. And this makes sense here, so therefore they have to stop here. They have here it's wet and they have their points and they have a stop, and then they stop here and wait until they could go. Yeah? So this is the most important, that cyclists have not everywhere to stop. The cyclists have now are quicker than the car drivers. Yeah? So this means during the whole city we have now cycle tracks where you are quicker than to go by car. This means therefore you have always right of way, and then you could come from east to west or from south to north, and it's really very quick with a velocity of 20 kilometer or 25 kilometer. So mostly I'm also quicker than the tramway. If I go home, I have every day 5.5 kilometers to go in the morning and in the evening back to home, and I'm normally quicker than the tramway.
Wow.
Because this is my cycle track here. And I have only 2 traffic lights where I have to stop.
Wow.
On the whole way, and therefore I could go really very quick. And the other side is security.
Okay.
And security means here, for example, if I will go take this road, then we will have a 30-kilometer zone, and this is now the whole city. We have everywhere 30-kilometer zone in living spaces.
Wow.
Everywhere.
Okay.
And there's only 1, 2, 3, 4 in every big direction where we could go a little bit quicker with 50 kilometers. So this column here is really wonderful. We are counting here the cyclists coming from the bridge or going up to the bridge. And until today, in the morning, we have had now 3,049. It's showing here the whole year. So until today, we have had more than 3 million people here, and this means we are saving 1,450 kilograms of CO2. Yes, and I think we will have in the future now, at the end of the year, we will have about between here 3.67 million people who take the bike here coming up and so.
Okay.
So really reducing the CO2, this is the most important. Yes.
Okay. So this is the city hall.
Yes, this is a new city hall built in 2017. Before we have had a very old building, a wooden construction, which was from the energy side way back. So this means if, for example, we have had minus 10 degrees outside, then it was too cold to work inside. And this was the planners, city planners and green planners who worked there. And then there was a discussion, such a new building will cost quite a lot of money, so 87.3 million euro. And then they have done a study if it will be long-term cheaper or will cost more at such a new building. And therefore it was important in former times, all the people who are working now here, the employees, they worked before in 16 different administrations and buildings. And all these buildings would also be modernized, and it will cost also quite a lot of money. And last not least, they said, okay, this will be cheaper to have long-term such a new building, which is a plus energy building. So this is the first plus energy administrational building in Europe. Yes. So therefore, it makes really sense to produce more energy than they need inside for the whole year. Of course, now if the sun is not shining, then we get, of course, no energy. Yes? But it's a netto plus energy building. This means during the whole year we're producing more energy. This means, of course, in summertime more than in wintertime. Yes?
Okay.
In the morning, if you come, for example, by bike, yes, and then you could go here, the stairs down, and could have a shower. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So this makes sense because now the people will come from 10 kilometers or 15 kilometers from outside and will come to work there. And they could let their bikes there. Yeah? So bike parking. So this is most important, that they get not a wet bike in the afternoon when they stop to work and want to go back. Yes. We have a kindergarten.
Okay.
The kindergarten, you come in the morning, you could let your children there, then you take a shower, and then taking the accelerator coming up.
Wow.
Yes. So it's really a wonderful idea. The parking spaces here in this building are now working 840 people. Yeah? And here are about 250, so more than 1,000 people are working here, but the parking spaces are really reduced. Yeah? Why they are so reduced? Because if you take the public transport, then you get 450 euro for the German ticket. So this means you pay monthly fee, you pay only 9 euro to use the public transport. This means the regional trains, the regional buses, all this you could use, yes? And the tram, of course, in the city. And this only for 9 euro monthly fee, yeah? If you come by car, then you pay 30 euro monthly fee. If you take an underground garage, you pay 65, yeah?
If someone lives like more than like 15, maybe 20 kilometers, that's hard for them to come in here by the bicycle, and they do need to take a car. And especially like in Germany, there are many car manufacturers, and also I do believe that someone like really loves the car too. I mean, you guys have the Autobahn, the city, I mean, not the city, but complete like country is designed for the cars because this is exceptional. So some car like big lovers is gonna maybe complain about these situations. I do understand this is for economics and also the green city or whatever, but maybe some people might say no about it because I'm not just ready for that. You don't have to complain about that?
Yes, I would say important is that the people understand for the future. Everywhere we need parking, there's so much space, and on the other side we have not enough space for living spaces. So the cost will go so up, and we are now one of the most expensive cities in Germany. Therefore, we have to think about the space for cars, space for people. Yes?
Oh, because this city is like the rent and everything's going up, so you guys need more space. Why, the car parking take up the spaces? Because we can use that space for another things.
Yes, and therefore 30 euro for a parking space in the city is nearly nothing per month.
Okay.
Yes? But we have to learn that it costs so much.
Right.
Yes? And therefore we have to say, okay, you have to pay if you really come by car. We have to other possibility to go by public transport, and we have now here in Freiburg around, not only the city of Freiburg, but we have really very good connections to come from outside the city, from the rural areas to the city. Sometimes perhaps you are in the last edge of the Black Forest, then you could take an electrical bike to go to the next or the car, yes, or electrical car in future, to go to the next station for the train station or for the bus. Let your car there and then come in. Yes. With the climate change, yes, we need also in the city not only sealed areas, we need areas which are green, where we have trees, so that the temperature will get up and up. And therefore, with the trees and the green structures, we could reduce the temperature.
Okay.
This is really very, very important for the future. And until today, we have so much parkings, and these are the sealed areas, and they produce heat, yes, because of the reflection. And therefore, we have to open the spaces more and more.
Okay.
視聴者に続いてやってきたのはボーバン地区。ここはフライブルク市中心街から南におよそ3キロ離れたところにある人口およそ5500人ほどの住宅エリアです。1990年代初頭までは NATO のフランス軍駐屯地として使用されていましたが、1992年にドイツ連邦に返還。その後、軍宿舎だった建物をシェアハウスなどの住宅地として利用する人が増え始めました。今では太陽光発電やバイオマス発電などを駆使した最先端のエコタウンとして世界から注目されています。
So the military barracks, you see here one military barrack, and there are quite a lot of military barracks, and there was the idea to knock them all down. But there were young people who said, no, we don't want. We want that we use these buildings for social housing and for student housing. And last but not least, they arranged this that it was possible. How they have done this with muscle power, with their own energy, with their own power, with their own knowledge, with handcrafted together. They arranged the modernization of these buildings there. Yes. And here we see this building. The city of Freiburg wanted to knock down also this building. The people said, no, we want that will be the community center. And you see now we have solar panels there on top, financed by the people.
Oh.
The people financed. And the city of Freiburg also wanted here to build a building in front. The people said, no, we want the market space there. And on Wednesday, every Wednesday afternoon to the evening, we have a wonderful farmers market, which is of course very, very important. But important was to work together with the city of Freiburg and to arrange here this model district. And so we have green areas. We have reduced the roads. Normal road is 6.5 meter. Here we have 4 meter, and this is used by all traffic participants. They have the same right, where we have really enough green on one side, on the other side, you will find all what you need for your daily life directly in your district. So you could work here. We have 500 employees here. We have enough possibilities here around. So we have restaurants here, we have schools, we have kindergarten, we have employment possibility everywhere. We have shops. Yes, if you have a problem with your computer, you could take it under your arm. You don't need really a car, and this is also the idea, a compact district where you all find what you need for your daily life.
Okay. They have the solar panels up there. Is that like for their facilities on by own?
Yes, of course. They could use it today, the energy directly. Yes, this is most important for today, because for every kilowatt hour, now you get less money from the energy provider. If you use it on your own, it's much more better for you, much more cheaper than to give it into the grid. Yes? They could give it into the grid, and then they get also money. Yes, they give it into the grid. And why? Because we have also quite a lot of buildings which have no possibilities, because there's a nice tree in front, and we don't want to cut the tree. And therefore, the other buildings, we want to reach the goal that with wind energy, with solar panels, with solar collectors for warm water, with hydropower plants, and with geothermal energy, we will cover all the energy which we need in Germany. So you see these nice parks. We have 5 parks between the buildings. And what is important, there was not a green planner by the city of Freiburg who had planned this. These were private planners who get the task to be the moderator of a process. So this means all the people here living around, they were the planner. They have had the ideas. And you will see every park, we have 5 parks, is totally different. Yes? But the main idea of the urban planner was that we have there a mountain which is 400 meters higher, and from there we get, in summer times, we get the cold wind coming down and then refreshing. Yes, and this is very, very important. So that you see children are playing even if it's rainy today. So it's really wonderful to be there and to meet the people.
フライブルクの古い街並みを優雅に見渡せるホテルビクトリアは、創業から125年の伝統を誇る一方で、環境保護における先駆的な取り組みで注目を集めています。建物の省エネ化や再生可能エネルギーの利用など、さまざまな環境対策を実施。特に国内初の環境認証、ドイツホテル&レストラン協会エコホテルシールを取得した功績が高く評価されています。
おお、綺麗なホテル。ライトが可愛い。
All the materials are sustainable. For example, this is oak here. Yes, it's German oak here. So it's really the good workers 30, 40, 50 years, yes, without changing. Sometimes you have to go with the machine over, but then it's okay. So going to the energy garden.
エナジーガーデン。
Everyone in the hotel gets such a card, and then you could open. Like I said, the combination, yes, a green roof, and the combination with solar panels, yes. And on top you see windmills, 2 windmills, yes. But now we have no wind. And On the other side, you see there solar collectors, yes, for warm water, producing warm water there.
So they use this for PV?
PV, yes,
Oh, PV.
photovoltaic.
Okay.
And the others are the thermal collectors for
Okay.
warm water.
Oh, I
Yes.
see.
And here the combination with the green roof makes really sense because if we would have only pebbles here, then we will have a big reflection. And here with the green roof, the reflection is reduced. We will have no more temperatures than 30 degrees, and then it will function well. If we wouldn't have the green roof, then we could have 5% reduced electricity. Yes? Because of the reflection, and we know that the wafers function not so well with more than 25 degrees. Yes? And on such roof you could have very quickly 60, 70 degrees. Yes? Like if you look to the other roof there, then you see here with pebbles there on top. Yes? So, and also here, this black one here, the layer here, it's only could live 20 years and then it's destroyed. But here with the green roof, we have not to modernize because the temperature will not as high as there. Yes? So we know from green roofs normally functions more than 40 years. And I know one in Zurich, in Switzerland, which is 110 years old, the roof. Yeah? It functions without modernization. Yeah? So this is really also important. And here you have a nice view to the Black Forest here.
Oh, this is a Black Forest.
Yeah.
Nice.
So in summertime the people are here, yeah, could have to drink something, sitting around and so, between the flowers here, yes, so it's really wonderful there.
Yeah, the panels around
The
here.
panels around, yes.
Because visually, maybe if it's not here, maybe it looks so much better.
Yes,
Yeah.
so without and only the green roof, yes. Okay, yes, I will understand this, but of course we need energy and we don't want to work with fossil energies, and therefore it makes really sense that we will use all the possibilities we have for producing energy. And of course I understand that the people said we have also in Germany mostly architects who say, oh, I don't want to work with this gray material or blue material, only two colors. But we have now new possibilities. And from our Fraunhofer Institute for Solar Energy Systems, they developed in the last years and brought it now to the trade fair to Munich, to the Intersolar. In this year, so it's only some months old, new facade collectors, and this new facade collectors could have every color, and this is a bionic principle. So this means they looked at the wings of a butterfly from South America, yes, and Morpho, that's the name of this, and they have blue wings, and this blue colored comes with the reflection of the sun. And with this principle, they produce now solar panels, which are integrated in the wall. And they could be silver, gold, bronze,
Wow.
they could have brown, every color they could work nearly. Oof.
Okay.
In former times, they have had petrol tank, yeah, a petrol tank. So this means about 20 years ago, and now you see
Wow.
they have pallets. Yes, it's a big van coming and blow in, and so they're working with 100-ton wooden pallets. Wood pellets is the name. So this, if you if you cut something, yes, wood, if you cut the wood, then you will have the fine dust, and the fine dust is pressed. Inside the wood is lignin, and the lignin make it with the pressing, it's coming together and function well. You don't need a special material, extraordinary. Yes?
Okay.
It functions on their own.
ちょっと木の匂いがするから木くずで作ったパレットなんだって。でこれを燃やしてホテルを温めたりとかお湯に使ったりとかする。So, and this is a place they burned up
Yes,
pallets?
they take it from here. This is like a snail, and then it's coming here, coming up here, and then going down and burnt here.
Wow.
Yes, here. So it's a big machine.
Oh.
In former times there was a parking up, so they cut the concrete, yes, and brought the machine down.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
Now there's no parking.
So this is one of the central heating system.
Yeah, this is
And
the only one.
oh.
Yeah, for the whole spaces, yes, for the 66 rooms or so.
Really?
Yes, yes.
Entire buildings.
For the whole building.
They don't even use the oils?
No.
This is everything.
No, they have no oil. This is the material. Yes.
Wow.
Quite a lot of years. Yes.
すごい。
You see here how it functions. Yes, here coming up here, the material, the wooden pallets. Yes.
That's
And
something right here.
yes, yes, yes. This is here.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
here.
yeah,
This
yeah,
nail here. Yes. Bringing the material and then it's burned here. And here you have then the water, and the water is warmed up, and then it's brought to the rooms, yes, for the heating, yes.
全然炭というか灰も残らないんだって。あれだけの量のパレット燃やしてんのにこれだけしか出ないから灰が。だから相当多分パレット自体は結構燃え尽きてしまうっていう。そういう部分ではゴミもなかなか出ないっていう部分での効率もいいよねっていう話をしました。よし。
Okay. So you see, this is the groundwater cooling system.
Okay.
Yeah? So they drilled here, yes, 20 meters down, and then they get the water, which is during the whole year the same temperature. In winter 12 degrees, in summer 12 degrees. With a pump they bring it up, and then it goes to you see, a heat exchanger, yes, and then you have another circle, and with this circle you cool the rooms into going to every room, and then the warm water it brought here back then. Yes, the warm water it brought then here back. And it needs, of course, you can't do this everywhere. It needs about 350 meters that the temperature goes again down to 12 degrees. Yes, so, but parallel you could do this. For example, the university library do this, the city administration building do this. Also where we were in the morning, they do this also, yes, working with cooling them down, yes, the rooms. It's very important.
Okay.
現在ボイシーでは旅の最新の情報を月額1000円でだいたい月15本以上ぐらい、しかも1回10分以上の放送となっております。僕元ラジオ DJ のめぐるがですね、音声メディアで旅の今の最新情報をお届けします。 YouTube だとどうしてもちょっとラグができてしまうのと、あとはですね、言えないこととか挙げられないこととかあるんですよ。そういう裏情報も含めて結構濃密な内容の放送になっていますので、下記概要欄からぜひともご参加登録よろしくお願いします。ランチに行きます。Okay.
The menu is now complete.
Oh yeah. Finally. じゃあスープからいただきます。
It's good. 美味しい。このスープも昨日残ったご飯の要はリサイクルって言ったけど、要はフードロスがないように昨日残ってしまったもので今日のスープを考えるっていう風になってんだって。Very nice。ドイツといえばやっぱポテトのイメージがある。うまっ。チーズで味付けしてあるんだね。ゴルゴンゾーラチーズで味付けしてあるチキンの煮込みと、あとじゃがいも、むちゃくちゃ美味しい。すごい後ろにブラックフォレストの景色も見えてね、ご飯もすごいヘルシーなご飯で、なんかヘルスオーガナイゼーションのところがここのレストランを切り盛りしてて、でも誰でも来れるんだよっていうので、もう本当に今日もすごい人だったみたいですけど、街の人たちみんな地元の人たちはここを利用してご飯食べてるみたいですね。すごい美味しいです。
せっかくなのでですね、ハンさんの同僚の方にフライブルクに住んでるということなので、ここでの住み心地とかちょっといろいろ聞いてみたいと思います。You live in Freiburg?
Yeah, that's correct.
Right?
I'm also from the city here, so I'm born here.
Oh, you're raised and born here.
Yeah.
So how do you like living in here?
Well, I really love the city because of different reasons. So on the one side, I think for me it has really the right size. Yeah, so I can do everything by bicycle, nothing is too far away. On the other side, it's big enough to offer a lot of things. So it's not a huge city, but it's nevertheless not boring. And on the other side, what I really love is like that it's from the location, so close to the countryside, close to the mountains, close to the Swiss Alps and so on. And as I generally am a person, I like being outside. So that's a big benefit, yeah. So I like the city. I think it's a good quality of life, also good climate, good weather, and possibility for outdoor activities and so, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm from like the place called Nagoya.
Okay.
And this is like where the car manufacturer, probably you don't know, Toyota.
Yeah, of course, yeah, sure. Well, I did never drive one because I don't own a car, or I never owned a car.
Okay.
But of course, I know Toyota.
So in my city, I mean, to drive a car is very common. So I never imagined my life without living without my car.
Okay.
So you're living without the car basically.
Yeah.
And all the time in your life, always bicycle.
Yeah, in the city, yes.
And like no inconvenience. And what are you gonna do if you wanna buy like some big stuff or when you do the shoppings?
Well, in a few situations, of course, that's something where you can need a car, like if you move to another apartment or buying bigger things. Still, there's alternatives, like, for example, car sharing is an option. You do not need to own an own car. You can use car sharing, for example, as a solution, or like just like if with friends, yeah. So I also organize things like that in a way, so we help each other, and yeah. So there's a few occasions, but for me, in average, I think I much more appreciate being not forced to own a car than I miss the car, yeah. So this side is much more important to me. So I wouldn't like to live in a place where I'm depending on a car, yeah. So still, cars can be really helpful, and sometimes, sure, you can need one, but then I think there's always options to get one.
Good. What if you want to go dating with the girls with the car?
I did never think about that. I would need a car for a date.
In your mind.
No.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay. So is she from here or from different cities?
I am from France.
Oh.
Yes.
So you're French.
Yes, I am French.
Okay. All right. How long have you been living here?
36 years.
Oh, so most of the time in your life in
A
here.
long time.
Okay. So how do you like living in here?
Also mir gefällt es sehr gut, weil es ist eine Stadt, in der man auch gut leben kann. Es ist eine grüne Stadt. Man ist an der Grenze auch zu anderen Ländern wie Frankreich. Und ich finde, die Menschen hier sind auch.
So maybe she can compare from her hometown to here. What's the big differences and maybe something special in Freiburg?
Also der Vergleich.
Ja.
Also die Stadt, in der ich aufgewachsen bin, ist auch eine große Stadt, aber das ist von der Geschichte eine Arbeiterstadt mit einer großen Autofabrik. Und das spürt man auch in der Stadt, das ist alles sehr für das Auto einfach gebaut worden. Auch wenn natürlich auch versucht wird seit 20 Jahren auch in dieser Stadt. Es wird versucht, davon wegzukommen, aber es ist sehr kompliziert. Und hier spürt man, dass es schon seit vielen Jahren andere Wege da gegangen wurden, auch, wo man auch ohne Probleme einfach mit dem Fahrrad fahren kann.
What's the hardest things to live in Freiburg?
Also das, was schwierig ist in Freiburg grundsätzlich, ist der Wohnungsmarkt. Es ist teuer, hier auch zu leben. Und was mir persönlich fehlt, wenn etwas fehlt, das ist das Meer. Aber ja, ich komme fast von dort.
Alright, thank you.
Alright, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right. So first of all, Germany is trying to be the green countries, and they are basically saying that by the 2035, all the nuclear. No, they finished their nuclear energies by the end of last year.
Yes.
Okay.
No, not. They wanted, but it was, I think, in April or so, like this year.
Okay. This year.
Yes.
Okay.
Because we need a little bit more time. Because the prices of the energy was so high because of the war in Ukraine and Russia.
Okay. What kind of argument was there, and how could it be possible to make that process and make that decisions, and how everybody thinking about that?
So my life is very strongly connected. I said it, yes. So with 15 years, 16 years, I was engaged against nuclear power. And now during my whole life, I'm now 65 years old, and therefore I see that we reached the goal to live without nuclear power, because nuclear power, I have not to say to a Japanese, because with your experiences in the last years, you learned, of course, and I hope that we have other possibilities, and these are the renewable energies. So we could work with geothermal energy. We have the possibility to. We could work with solar energy. Yes, we have also big possibilities. Also with wind energy. Yes, we have in the mountains, and we have this on the seaside, and you have so much seasides, last not least, that you really could produce quite a lot of energy. I think, like Germany, you would have the same possibilities. I would say nearly every country in the world could work really with renewable energy. Yes? But of course, every country have to look to their possibilities. Yes, we can't say, okay, make this transformation, make this transformation. The first is we have to analyze which possibilities every country have. Second is to say, okay, what the consummation.
But at the same time, they need to live, and after they stop the nuclear, of course the price went up just a little bit, or I don't know how much the price goes up actually, the electric fee, and how people convince and people do understand those situations. Because everybody can understand, because okay, this is the clean energy or whatever, I do understand, but at the same time, the price of the electricity, if it goes up, it's damage for their economies too.
But the cheapest energy is the solar energy. It's a renewable energy. We know this. Yes? If we will think about nuclear energy, yes, the costs, for example, for the next thousands of years.
Yeah, I know.
If you think about this and the waste management in the future, yes, and
I would say that's too much depth for the children too.
yes,
For the next generation people.
for the next generation, and we should do this. We should give them a possibility to live like we've got in the future, in the past. Yeah? So this is really important that we don't let the world which is polluted. Yeah? I think this is the most important. Every generation should look that the next generation will have also a happy life like we have had.
Okay. But at the same time, if you stop the nuclear, then you have to use a fire plant to make more energy. Then that's a conflict, some people said.
Yeah.
What do you say about it? Because now it's causing the more CO2 or whatever to get the energy from the another sources to cover, which like nuclear doesn't make it up anymore.
Yeah.
And what would you say for that?
What we really need is we have really to think from this philosophical side, yes. So we really have to think in the future how we could produce, or how we produce and what we will produce, which materials which products we will have, which products makes really sense in this world. And I would say, like quite a lot of people, we could only produce things and products which will be also in a circulation economy, will function in a circulation economy. And I think that's the most important. Yeah? What we are doing in the last 50, 60 years is not healthy for the world, and it's not healthy for this planet, and we have to reduce it. Because mostly there is not really a big sense behind. So we're producing so much plastic, and this is also petrol, and we need so much energy for this. This is CO2 production and so on. As human beings, we need something to eat, and we want wonderful things. What we want to drink, of course, a good beer and a good wine, for example. Yes, all this is very important. And what we need more is love. Yes, with the people, to be in a world which don't make wars. Yes, and think about wars. How much materials, the bombs and all this, the production of this. Produce also quite a lot of CO2. So we have really to think, and we have to work on this, that we don't organize wars. Yes? And on the other side, we have to think always about what we really need and which products we really need. Yes? And we are producing so much nonsense. We are producing waste. Yeah? From the first day, it's waste. What we are doing, yeah? Mostly. If you think about clothes, if you think about shoes, all this, and therefore sometimes shoes are 2 years old and then you can't use them. But last not least, if you will buy shoes which cost 20 or 30 euro, it's nearly waste in the next time. If you buy shoes which will cost perhaps 150 or 200 euro, you could have this 10 years or 15 years, like my shoes. I always buy shoes with high quality, also all my things, yes, with high quality, and then it lasts. I don't need every day or every week or I don't have to go shopping and so on. So this is important. Then of course we will not produce so much CO2. Yes, we have to reduce the consuming, and if we produce something, then with a high quality, and with a high quality, the things will last a longer time. And of course, important is food. In former days, we paid much more for the food. what we are doing today, it has to be all cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. And what we are doing with the animals, we beat the animals, yes? And all what we are doing with the animals is not good for our brain, yes? And for our ethic side, yes? And this is more that we have to organize more our ethic, our philosophy. This is more important than to producing something nonsense things. Yes? Yes, I think this is the most important. Yes? Of course, we need some things, but it makes, like I said, it makes no sense even in Germany to produce cars with 3.5 tons, like the Mercedes electric cars or VW, all these cars with more than 2 tons. It makes no sense. 70 kilograms to move 75 kilograms with 2 tons or 3.5 tons. It's not really, it's very silly. And we have to find better possibilities. And these are the public transport. And there, of course, we have to produce something. Yeah? We have to be intelligent, to find intelligent products and to improve and to improve. This is like the Germans are doing and the Japanese in the world, yes? Engineering and so on. But we have really to find the direction, which is a circular economy, and need more intelligence for this than to produce something silly things.
Okay.
What are the difficulties?
Difficulties in the
Yes.
cities to be a green city.
Like I showed you, it's so important, the lifestyle, because we are people, human beings, and human beings always doing this, what they have done the last 100 years, I would say the last 10 years or 20 years, to change something, yes? Therefore we need education. And for to changing some education, we can't do it from one day to the next day.
time.
So it needs a little bit time, yes? And on the other side, we have here the last generation. This is a group who really is really very active. They're painting some walls, some buildings and so on, but they want to show we have not the time. We have to be quicker. Yes, we have to do the change quicker. The policy have to do this. This is also very important. So we need activities from the people. And this is what in the last years I understood, that it's so important that we have to animate the people, that they not say, okay, the policy is that, I can't do nothing, and so. No, everyone could do something. Yeah? Everyone could be active. So it's always interactive what we are doing. Yes, we don't want to teach. Then they say, okay. Also with German people, schools and so on, that they say, oh, Freiburg is possible, but at my hometown it will be not possible. No, quite a lot is possible everywhere. Yeah? We have only to find the possibilities and to do something, yeah? And to be active. This is the most important thing. That they have one day thinking about mobility, thinking about renewable energy, thinking about urban planning, how to create a new district, yes? How to modernize buildings, it's also very important, yes? How to use public transport, then how to generate a park, for example, green area, and what we have to do for the climate change, yes? What we could do there.
Okay. What's the reason why they couldn't make this happen? And why they could make it like this kind of outstanding jobs to be like this kind of cities?
Because in the 1970s, we said we don't want nuclear power. And we said we want to be participated. If there is a new district, if there is built a new road or something like this, we want to be participated. And therefore it's important that we really work together. The city on one side, the society, the people. Yeah. So this is our way how we organize a future. Yeah. today we have to speak to organize the future, because if we stay on this way like we have done the last 50 years, we will go against the wall, yeah? And there will be no surviving. This is clear. So we have wonderful possibilities, yes, because not only one have the idea, always we together, and we have different ideas, we could discuss and we'll find a solution for problems.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Hans.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Yes, I think they are waiting for us.
Oh, okay. はい、ということで今回のワールドリポートチャンネルはグリーンシティフライブルクの今を取材させていただきました。いかがだったでしょうか。もう勉強になることばっかりでしたし、なんかその視点面白いなとか、なるほどそういう形でこのグリーンエコシステムとして回ってるんだみたいなのが直で見れて理解がより深まったというか、やっぱり一番最初のその僕のこの大きな謎というか、これだけ大きなプロジェクトを動かすにあたってそれってどういうふうにみんなのコンセンサスを得てるのっていうところだったんですよね。やっぱりこういういろいろなエネルギーの問題とか、これに加えていろんなことがそうなんですけど、考え方が非常に多様であるがゆえに視点も様々だし、そうするとこれが立たすとこっちが立たないで、こっちは立たないけどこっちは立つんだみたいなことで、やっぱり万人のこの意思決定っていうのを得るのは非常に難しいポイントだと思うんですよね。それをこのフライブルクという街が一体となってこういうふうに実現的に前に動かしてる。もちろん今フライブルクがやっていることだって 100% 肯定されるべきことではなくて、いやこっちやれば実はこっちは抜けてるよねみたいな話とかたくさんあるんですけど、それでも多くの人たちがこれだけ街として人々が一体になって動いているこの原動力だったりとか、人々の意識って今どうなってるんだろうみたいなところがすごく知りたかったんですよね。でこれはやっぱり僕たちのこれからのエネルギー問題を考える上でも一つの考える要素にはなるんじゃないかな。でこれ大切なのは、これ全部真似してうちでやろうではなくって、やっぱりハンさんも言ってましたけど、それぞれの都市、それぞれの場所、地区、に応じてできることとかっていうのは様々あって、そしてそれぞれの人に応じてできることもまた様々あるよねっていうポイントは非常に大事だなと。だからいいところは我々はここから学びながらですね、次の日本の僕たちにできるエナジー政策、街の在り方っていうのは何なんだろうということのお手本には一つなるんじゃないかなとは思いました。お話をやっぱり聞いてた時に、これを進めるにあたっての人々の理解っていうのはなんかどういうふうにコンセンサスを得てるんだろうみたいな時に、例えばやっぱこの原発を使わないっていうことを一つとっても、じゃあ原発をやめれば結局火力にまた依存してるじゃん、そこで CO2 が出るよねっていうことも、じゃあそうなんだけど、じゃあこの CO2 が出た部分をどういうふうにリデュース減らすことをまた別でやるかっていうことで、全体的な総和としてこの物事を一つパッケージとして考えて、もうちょっと引きで見ながら、じゃあこっちが足らないんだったらまたこっちで頑張ろうよっていうことをやっている。そしてこのフライブルクに関してはやっぱり歴史的にも人々がみんなで立ち上がってやってる。正直今日珍しく雨の取材になりました。でカメラも持ってて自転車も漕いでいろんなところに行って、これ車だったらな、雨の中の自転車の移動大変だな思いました。車の方が楽だもん。でこう思う人も多分いっぱいいるはずだと思うんですよね。だけどやっぱり僕たちが声を上げて一人一人できることがみんなあるから、それをやっていくことで総和として大きな力となってムーブメントとなって、そして大きなこの街を動かす原動力になってるんだっていう一人一人のその力強さみたいなのもなんかすごく感じたんですよね。自転車での生活に不便さを感じてる人たちも一方で絶対いると思う。なんだけれどもやっぱりこのエコシステムを回すために僕たちができることを街のためにやるっていうこの姿勢、言うからにはやる、大きなものを動かすからには協力する、こういう一人一人の小さなことかもしれないが、みんなでやれることをやるんだっていうこのハンさんの姿勢ってすごくここの場所に来て僕力強いものを感じたんですよね。だからこういう SDGs とか環境活動のことってよく言うのが、一人一人にできることは小さいんだけどとかって言うんだけど、そんなことないですよね。そういう大きなムーブメントを動かす時には一人一人のその小さなことがハンさんが言ってた輪になってチームとして市民として グループとなってやることがやっぱりそういう一つのことを言う、一つのことを動かすどんどんきっかけになっていくんだ。それを僕たちは体現してるからこそこういうムーブメントとなって今に来てるんじゃないかなっていう最後のお話は結構グッとくるものがありました。改めてね、だからこそ我々が全てを真似するとかっていうことではなくて、このスタディケースから見て今僕たちにできることは何なんだろうということを考える一つのきっかけに今回のビデオがなれば非常に嬉しいなと思います。ということで今回もご視聴ありがとうございました。まだまだですねこの世界旅行続いていきますので、引き続きいいなと思ってくださった方、高評価、チャンネル登録、そしてコメントとよろしくお願いします。それではまた。
ワールドリポートチャンネル。この放送はエネテク、スズラン鍼灸接骨院、レストランテベルの提供でお送りしました。
ワールドリポートチャンネル、今回も番組ラストまでご視聴ありがとうございました。さあこの番組はですね、皆さんからの貴重な寄付によって運営が成り立っております。下記の概要リンクから飛んでいただきますと、クレジットカードの番号を打ち込めば任意の額、1円でも10円でももちろん100円でも本当に嬉しいです。皆さんのこの貴重な寄付がですね、次の旅への資金としてつながっていきますので、ぜひとも寄付のご検討いただければ嬉しいです。これからも世界旅行続いていきますので、ワールドリポートチャンネル何卒よろしくお願いします。ありがとうございます。